All right. Welcome to the Dan and Dan Show. We've got a very special guest with us, Mr. Aaron Lane, all the way from California, your old stomping grounds, Dan. Welcome, Aaron.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. Happy to be here.
You are in California, right?
Yes. Yeah,
We
Southern
don't have a
California.
producer, so I didn't get all my background
You
checks on
didn't
you
get
and
your
stuff.
notes?
So
No, all good. Yeah, located in Brea, California, about 20 minutes north of Disneyland.
okay,
Cool.
sweet. How close is that to you, Dan, where you grew up?
Oh, I was in North Cali area, so
Oh,
San Jose area mainly.
yeah, nice.
North
And
Cal.
Aaron, while I
Very
was
far.
talking to you, you are actually the inspiration for a lot of what we have been dreaming up over here in the Midwest. You currently run the UF1 series out in California.
I do,
Tell us
yeah.
about
It
this.
yeah. Yeah, I can go into a couple minutes about myself. My name's Aaron Lane. Started racing RC cars when I was about 12 years old. So that was 22 years ago. Um, had started racing on road. That was kind of my first entry into racing with a RTR TC3. Uh, got into off road racing. Had some fairly good success. Got to race numerous Roar National Championships, some IFMAR races, Worlds races. Um, Went to college, got a degree in mechanical engineering. Um, Ended up getting a job at Associated Electrics, where I worked as a design engineer. Um,
Sweet.
Worked up to engineering manager. Was there for 7 years. Currently, now I work at Toyota Racing Development, focused mainly on engine design for the NASCAR Cup Series. And 3 years ago, was fortunate enough to take, I'm not going to say ownership, but organizational responsibilities of UF1.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
um,
it's been a weird ride,
yeah, I bet some ups and downs probably. I mean,
for sure.
yeah, and it's a
No, it's
totally you. Go ahead.
oh no, it's been racing a long time. F1 has kind of always been a part of that. Um, the series started in 2009. I started racing UF1 in 2012. Um, so been involved in the series for a long time, and there's been three organizers. First one was Charles Lightfoot, and then it went to Tony Phelan, and then I took ownership from Tony Phelan.
Okay, very cool. And you guys, it's a traveling asphalt outdoor on road series, right? You go to different tracks, and isn't your finale this weekend?
Yeah, our final race for this year is this Saturday. It's at Score, just where the Tamiya finals was. Um,
Oh yeah.
it is a traveling circus for sure. The series has evolved over the years as tracks have come and gone. Um, when we started, it was very much a parking lot series. We got to go to Tamiya, once a year. Um, we did that for a long time, and then some of the indoor 10 scale tracks started to open up, like West Coast and TQ. RC Racing was around. They had an indoor carpet track, and we actually worked our way up into having a summer outdoor asphalt series and a winter indoor carpet series. And I would say probably the indoor carpet series was the most success and entries I think we probably ever had. Um, Now,
Really?
as indoor spaces become hard to come by, we've transitioned more again, to solely outdoor racing. Um, and that the list of tracks has come, evolved and come and gone. And we try and do different things every year, as far as some years we'll focus on these tracks, some years we'll focus on maybe some others. Um, so it's very much forever changing.
It's cool that you
So
guys are keeping that alive down there.
Yeah, it's a testament to the guys who race it. Really, we have still a handful of guys that were there at the very beginning in 2009. We get newcomers every year. We have guys who come and go. Um, but yeah, I mean, typically we're at least 20 strong. We'll have different support classes some years. Some years it's just F1. Kind of just depends on what's happening with the local racing, really.
How many races total is it?
Typically it's six.
Okay.
So this year we split three and three. Three were at Score, which is a new track in Southern California, and then the other three were at BWS, which is in Lake Paris. That's where the One Up series is going to be in 2 weeks' time. So pretty legitimate facilities for some F1 nerds to show up and
Yeah.
run our cars and do pit stops and stuff.
That's awesome. And they're bigger tracks, and I remember hearing something about your format. I think is super cool that we couldn't pull off because our track is like, I guess I'd call it like a medium size. But I think your
Okay.
qualifier is like kind of more like a realistic F1 qualifier, right? Like it's based on your hot lap times or something like that. You have 3 minutes or something. Tell me about that. I think it's super cool.
So qualifying is a 10-minute session.
10 minutes.
So drivers are allowed to pull on and off the track. Drivers are allowed to change their tires. They can resauce. Um, they're even allowed to go top off their battery if they want. The only real restriction is that they can't change their chassis. So if you wad it up and break your chassis in half, qualifying's over. You can't throw down a spare car. But if your fronts are too hard and you want to go to something softer, you're more than welcome to do that in the 10-minute session. And the qualifying order is based off of the three fastest consecutive laps.
Okay. Yeah, I
So
think that's
that's
really cool.
actually a pretty cool strategy. We started that when we were racing a lot on carpet, because the cars can change so much. If you get offline, the front tires can get all fuzzy and start pushing, and having the ability to go out and resauce during the session really benefited a lot of guys. Because 10 minutes is a long time, and the car can change a lot. Some guys set up their cars to run long, so maybe somebody's really fast after 8 minutes. Maybe somebody is fast at 3 minutes, and having that long session kind of allows everybody to play out their strategy.
That's awesome. Would you do that even on smaller tracks too?
Yeah, yeah,
And then do you have a group of like 10 people that go for 10 minutes and then the next 10 people? Like it can't be the whole 20 whatever people that show
yeah.
up,
So
right?
it's basically like you just run through your heat, and it's a 10-minute seating round is the way we program it in the computer.
Okay.
So yeah, everybody gets their 10-minute session. It pulls the three fastest consecutive, and then puts everybody in their heats for the day, essentially.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Might be something
Yeah,
to
it's
try in the future. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, we keep. I mean, we get like I said at the beginning, we get a lot of inspiration. We've gotten a lot of inspiration from you and what you do in your formats and stuff. We're doing
cool.
a pit
Yeah,
stop, and but I had heard that after we had kind of set everything up, and I thought that's super cool.
sure,
But we didn't want to throw too much changes at the last minute into this.
for
So
sure.
maybe,
Yeah, it
yeah,
definitely took a few races to get everybody into, like, how does this work? How does this benefit me?
yeah,
What are my options within that session? Um, we'll have some guys that just run the 10 minutes because they want the track time. And we'll have some guys that'll run 2-minute sessions at a time, and they'll have tires staged up on the driver's stand and sauces and cleaners, and they'll run down and do their thing and run back up. And it's actually, it makes qualifying a lot more interesting, because if you're standing there watching, there's people just coming on and off the driver's stand the whole time during the session, and it's it's cool to see because you'll get some guy go out, car will start to fade, and then go resauce and come right back.
Yeah.
It's a lot more dynamic.
And I'm trying to think in live time, can you actually watch and see kind of where you're at, like in live, like as it's progressing, as the, you know what I'm saying? Like, or do you have to
Yeah, you
wait
should be able
until the
to.
end? I'm sorry?
It shows you the three fastest consecutive, or at least there's a drop down to do that. So um, that's all the guys are after, right? So
Yeah.
um, as long as like the overall time doesn't matter, the guy can do 3 laps in TQ. So yeah, as long as you're showing the fastest three, then that's qualifying.
Yeah, that's super cool, man. Yeah, maybe we'll have to log that one for the future, Dan. Maybe
Yep.
For
see
sure,
what
it's fun. It goes by fast.
Oh, I bet. That's awesome. So that, yeah, you guys have like a solid core group of like 20 guys, you said, that race with you?
Yeah, yeah. We usually fluctuate. Beginning of the season, we'll have 35, and the end of season kind of things start to taper off as guys aren't in the points, or typically it's the end of summer, so people on vacation or school starting up. So uh, there's several factors, but usually we end up around 20 to 25 guys by the end of the season.
Very cool.
It's kind of interesting in the Midwest after moving from California. It's like racing is mostly dead in the summer, and then it's just all winter indoor carpet. So
Yeah.
That makes a lot of
whereas the
sense. I mean,
opposite.
if I had, yeah, if I had indoor, I'd be running in the winter, right?
Yep.
So I
Not a
certainly
lot of
understand.
tracks by you, huh? I know there's the A main track. I don't know how close that is to you, but
No, that's
supposedly.
actually closer to where he was located. That's, I don't know,
Chico.
6 or 7 hours probably.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think it was
So
like 2 hours north or
yeah, so maybe even
northeast
farther.
San Jose. I remember
That's pretty
visiting
far. Yeah.
TQ way back in the day when they had their grade carpet. So it
Yep.
was quite a while
Yep.
ago, but seeing all the names you mentioned kind of brought up like familiarity. So
For sure. Yeah. The core group has really been doing it a long time, and they just love racing F1 cars, and they're supportive of changes, and they support the group as a whole and the mission, and yeah, just very grateful that they keep supporting us.
Is there anything that you've done, like, I mean, you've run it for 3 years now, and I think I saw a
Hmm.
post about trying to just drum up more interest for driving F1 or anything like that. Is there anything that has kind of worked, and then have you noticed also on the opposite end things that have been frustrating the drivers
Poor.
that they've left?
Yeah, so I mean I worked for 7 years in the industry, so I saw a lot of like kind of the back end stuff. Um, so as far as things that um, I think would improve, um, we did a poll with UF1 just to try and see what guys wanted, and it was sort of what I was anticipating was UF1 can very often, or F1 in general, can seem somewhat intimidating, especially on asphalt. Um, so, breaking things up into an F1 and F2 class, which we have done in the past, I think would be a better success, recipe for success. Just because guys that want to try it but don't want to do battle with, people that are in the industry have that platform to do it. Um, I think pricing is tough. The cars are very expensive. Um, F1 is almost a niche within a niche. On road is already kind of a niche in the market, and
Yeah.
F1 is even that next step more. So what I've found is how do you get the guys that are running Euro Truck and Porsche Cup and some of the Tamiya classes for TCS. Like how do you engage those guys? And a lot of that is spec, and that was something that with 20 the season of 2025 was almost sort of a test bed. This year we ran an open F1 class, and most of that was foam cars with one cell and crazy motor and gyros, and while super fun and fun to watch, it wasn't super sustainable. Um, but we did learn. It gave me the opportunity to try some more spec components, and really what's making a difference for lap times, and how do we talk to guys that want to race spec, and um, with what we've learned from this year, try and go into next year with maybe a package that um, requires less decisions. Um, so I think moving forward in the end, I think that would be a better long term solution for F1, is just making it a little easier for the guys who want to try it and be successful.
Totally agreed. It's F1, looks like a simple and fun class, but it's a very steep learning curve. Um,
It is, yeah,
Very tough for a lot of the newer racers here, but it seems like if they keep working at it, we try to help them out. They run, more races in F1. It's hugely satisfying once they kind of get things down and start keeping
for sure.
pace. So
Yeah, I think, I mean, grip makes all the difference in the world. Having carpet, like I said earlier with TQ, that was for sure. I think the most engagement we would have with UF1 was when guys can go race, on carpet, and they can go practice. The track's the same. There's no, temperature issues. There's no, track change issues. It's just show up and run. It takes that little, element of mystery out of it.
I remember racing at NorCal Hobbies on asphalt. I used to have like three setup sheets for just the time of the day.
For sure, yeah. I mean, the guys with asphalt, the top guys in UF1 typically have a log book, and every hour you go out and measure the track temp, you record it. You record what tires you ran at that track temp, if you warmed them, what the temperature was. Um, there's just that extra layer of information you have to know, because there's the tire compounds. You could be too soft and just spin out. You could be too hard and push off the track, or vice versa. It's just there's so many layers and levels to not have a good time, that just how do you mitigate that?
I I think that's so cool though, and it probably takes a special personality to appreciate that. But like the elements, and then like trying to figure out how to get the peak performance from your car based on the elements, like I think that
Yeah,
frustrates probably most racers, but for some reason,
yeah,
I just think it's super cool and fun to try and figure out, and it's a challenge, and it's I don't want to rag on anyone, but it's like when I go to a track and guys are complaining about grip, I'm like, well, it's the element of the track that's going on right now. You deal with that if you were in any kind of racing, and it's maybe a little less right now because we're in black carpet, and it's going to come up by the end, but
yeah.
it's everyone's dealing with it, and we got to figure it out. And I love that stuff. So to me, outdoor is like the ultimate version of that. And I'm hoping to join like Rob King or something like that. Come out and join you next year for a race, and
Yeah,
maybe I
absolutely.
could get Dan to come. We can
That'd be
come
cool.
crash some of you guys. No, my
Absolutely,
dream
there's
is,
plenty
and
of
guys,
that.
this I need a few years,
I
but
had it
uh,
in
what's that?
17 at the Tamiya track, F1, and those SoCal guys are fast.
I love getting smoked though too. I raced against like Jim Pearsall at the um, and a few guys from um, Memphis, or no, they were Murfreesboro, and where else? I don't know. There was a bunch of fast guys. down at the JDR race at Thunderdome like a month ago. I got my butt kicked, but I got better throughout the day, and I learned so much. Because I sat right across from Jim and just picked his brain the whole time. But I love
Yeah, it's
doing
a
that,
huge
man. I
help for
love
sure.
learning and advancing, and yeah, Dan's actually been probably my biggest F1 mentor sensei throughout the years. So yeah, my dream long term, I've got 40 acres out here in Wisconsin, and I want to be able to put a big, like, kind of like almost state of the art outdoor track out back, and this is all just for me and my friends to play with, but I love it.
Mod
It's like
F1.
my main job. Yeah,
That's
mod
awesome.
F1.
Yeah.
It'll completely just
Yeah.
be an F1 track. Just kidding.
When
We'll have other
when we were
courses.
running, like trying to see how fast F1 cars could go, we were running boosted one cell 10.5 with foam, and
Wow.
it was ballistic
Stupid.
down the back straight. It was so fun, but it was,
Oh
you hit one dot and your car flies 100 feet.
man.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
not
toast.
super sustainable, but
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I want to make sure we mention this. You became a sponsor of our series, which this is our first year for if you're not familiar with. This is all new to you watching this later. This is our first year of running the F1 RCFIA race, and it's amazing. We've had I think we're up to like 13 or 14 sponsors, and Aaron, you stepped up huge with your company ALF1, and I feel horrible. This is an old graphic with what 8 sponsors, so I need to I'm
oh, you're
trying to
good.
update it. I'm like,
I got the
as we're
hat.
talking,
We're
I'm looking.
covered.
There we go. We got it on camera somewhere, but I do have it back here too. You sent me
Yeah, I saw
this.
that peeking back there. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Let's see. Here we go. So this is your own kit that you developed, and you sent this
it is. Yeah.
as your sponsor contribution, and we're actually gonna gift this to the series F1 winner, the overall winner. So
Oh,
they're gonna get
cool.
their name on the wall, and then they're gonna get your kit. And part of the reasoning for that is we think it's super cool you donated a kit, but also we know no one else has these around here, so it
Yeah,
will be
it's
new for
That's very
rare.
you.
true.
It's like exotic
What's that?
F1. It's rare and exotic F1.
Yeah,
No
it's
one
a
else
rare
has it
exotic.
on the track.
It's like the Lamborghini, the Ferrari, or I don't know, something even
Yeah, there you
better.
go.
What was
No,
the when did you develop that?
so I mean, like, I've been into F1 forever, right? So I've always kind of been tinkering around. When I was at Associated, we had the F6, so I spent a lot of time, playing with that. Um, and then towards the tail end of my time at Associated, started to get, more into F1 again seriously. Um, and after leaving there, having a bit more time to devote to my own stuff, just started chipping away at it. I had gotten some Bamboo Lab printers, and I obviously know a tiny bit about CAD and design, so just sort of created a car for myself, and then had a couple guys interested in them. My dad races with me, so I built him a car, and um, it was something that it was just I wanted to do. And when it's a Sunday morning and I had a couple hours, and draw out some parts and 3D print something, or order some carbon, and as I chipped away more and more, it's turned into a kit.
That's awesome. So if people want to find out more about this kit, or if they want to order one, I know you're on Etsy, I
Yeah,
think, right? Is that where you primarily sell them?
yeah. So currently, I'm only in a couple hobby stores, TQRC Racing and
Mm-hmm.
Your Shop, hoping to get into a few more.
Cool.
Um, but
Hey,
my
sweet.
wife is actually the one who runs. I see the wheels. Yeah, my wife is actually the one who runs the Etsy store, and actually now is operating a lot of the printers for customer orders. So um, TRD, it's a very intensive job. So it, allows us to expand, this line a little bit. Her helping me out, and she runs an Etsy shop for ALF1 Racing Designs. Um, and so, yeah, if you message her on it, message us on Etsy, it is her. Most of the time on Facebook, it is her. Um, so yeah, couldn't do it without her and her support, and um, you know, believing in the ability that I can design an F1 car.
Yeah.
um, so yeah, it's been cool. It's very appreciative of everybody who's supportive and sort of believes in what I'm doing, and it's not uh, I have a day job, and it's something that I want to do and I want to contribute, and if people are there supporting, then we're happy to help.
That's awesome. I
It's,
love the
it's cool.
concept of the
Always cool to
wheels
see
too.
another F1 win.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good.
Yeah, yeah. I love the concept of the wheels too, and how you have those different discs for different grip levels. And I mean, I don't. I think that's going to be the best The best application will be outdoor. I don't know that indoor. We'll have to do some testing on it. We just got these in, so. But the grip levels don't drastically change like they do in the outdoor tracks. So
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to
it's
try them.
the history behind. So we sell uh, wheel sets for the Exotech rubber tires,
Yeah.
and part of that wheel set has a disc that you're talking about, and we sell those discs in different diameters. And it kind of started out as a scale accessory where the disc bolts onto the wheel and it has the graphic, and you can buy different colors, and that's very much how it started. What we found was it's very prevalent in mini Z racing is that wheels have an outer lip,
Oh
and
yeah.
that outer lip is you can buy them in varying diameters, or there's some that bolt on, and on that type of foam surface, that is very much a tuning aid, and it acts a lot like super gluing the sidewall.
Yeah.
And so we did find success with making our discs in larger diameters, and we were able to make the front tire feel more or less aggressive by controlling the amount of roll and how quickly the disc hit the racing surface.
That's
It's
super
nice to
cool.
be able to kind of tune at the fly versus like having multiple sets glued at different heights.
Yeah, and one of our tracks, BWS, they spray with BHT, and
Ooh,
it's incredibly high grip. And like I'm sure you've seen the video of me walking on the track during concourse,
yeah,
and you
it's
can hear my
like
feet sticking.
Velcro.
Yeah. So like the discs there, the biggest one in the front, like your car can be traction rolling all over the place. You put the biggest disc on, or 58, and the car will push.
Wow.
So it can make a
That's
very
insane.
big difference, and it's been really cool to see the guys utilize them in different ways, not just from a scale aspect.
Yeah, that'd be fun to play around with. And are you guys? So when you guys
Write
show
that
up, go ahead, Dan.
write that down, Dan. VHT for your outdoor asphalt track.
Right. Is that what they use on drag strips?
By
Yes.
the barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to cut it down with, I forget what they use, but yeah, it's incredibly high traction.
Wow. Uh, yeah, I'll have to remember that one. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, thank you. Let's see, we have anything else? Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, we just really appreciate you being a sponsor, and your products are super cool. Everyone should check them out next time you're either here at the track or online on your Etsy store. And the Etsy store is ALF1.
ALF1 Racing Designs, yeah.
Okay. I think it's alf1racingdesigns.etsy.com.
Yeah,
Probably right.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can get the link directly from Facebook is probably the easiest way. Um,
Okay.
yeah, and even in going onto Etsy and you search ALF1, it'll pop up.
Okay. Sweet.
We could probably
Um,
put the link in the description for the video posts. So
Yeah, yeah,
That'd be
that's
cool.
right.
I appreciate that.
I'll do that. We're still learning the social. I'm still learning the social media thing, Aaron.
Oh no, same. I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm good at math and spreadsheets and
Yeah,
CAD and doing race reports and graphics. And it's been a steep learning curve.
that's awesome. And I just have too much going on and forget things all the time. Right, Dan? I'll ask Dan sometimes like the same question 3 times. I'm like, dude, I answered that yesterday. Oh, sorry.
another time, hey, remember you owe me $2,000?
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's tried that one on me before. It didn't.
Nice. Yeah,
That one hasn't worked yet.
keep trying. But no,
That's awesome.
I appreciate you guys allowing me to be involved, and I appreciate the support and you guys utilizing UF1 as a landing pad for your guys' series, and um, everybody's talking about your series, where we're at, and
Oh,
want
that's cool.
nothing but success and growth. And we just love RCF1 and want it to grow. And me and ALF1 sponsoring is very much also an extension of UF1 sponsoring.
Yeah,
Um, so,
It's awesome.
like I said, just super eager to watch you guys grow and watch the season and see how things develop.
yeah. Appreciate it. I mean, speaking of the, you were talking about getting guys coming over from like the Porsche Cup and Euro Truck and whatever. I think like when I first started racing with Dan, we'd go up to Oshkosh and race, and even our first couple of races, I mean, I think there were 6 or 7 F1 drivers, maybe, Dan, something like that. And then it got to the spot where it was like you'd bring your F1, but you just run hot laps or something because there wasn't. It was like me and Dan, you know.
Yeah,
And and then when I open up this track, um, me, Dan, and this other good friend of ours, Vu, we're all big F1 guys, and so we would always race. And we actually ran
sure.
F1 foam here for a while, and then other guys started jumping in with us a little bit. And so we got a solid group of probably, I don't know, I'd say eight or so guys, Dan, would you say?
I think every race night we have anywhere from 6 to 12, maybe something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, when we
Eight
were
average, I guess, 8 or 10. Yeah.
when we were kind of getting going, and then we came up with this idea, and I don't remember if it was Dan's idea. I think it was Dan's idea. I'm going to blame Dan for this series. Um and actually, he could tell me whatever he wants, because I'll forget about it tomorrow. My memory is bad. Remember, Dan? Um, no, but it's been really cool to see a lot of guys that have never run F1 or haven't run it in forever are buying Tamiya TRF 104s and accelerated prodigies and X-rays and Exotechs and trying to figure them out. And a lot of them are pretty good pretty quickly, which is really cool to see. It's like, oh,
No, that is cool.
yeah, we got to step our game up, and but we've been trying to provide a lot of resources for guys because we don't want them to get frustrated, right? Like we don't want them
Yeah,
to think, oh, this class sucks. This isn't any fun. And it does suck if your car sucks,
absolutely.
but knowing what to do is, I think, even more satisfying when you know it's that much of a challenge. So it's been fun to see, and I think we're at like 23 teams. I think the team element was really big. Like that seemed to draw a lot of people. They really liked having a teammate, and
Yeah,
even if they joined as an individual and were like, I don't have a teammate, and I'd pair them with somebody they never met before, and then
yeah.
sometimes I'd get left on their chats or whatever, and they would
I was
become
kind
like
of
forever liveries and stuff.
I was kind of waiting for you to pair me up with Jan Ratajski or something.
Yeah, yeah. He didn't sign up, Dan. I don't know if you know that, but not with our series at least. I was waiting for to see if we could get not Lando, but who's Oscar Piastri.
Oh, Oscar. Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
couldn't get him. He couldn't take a break from his real job or whatever. But No, but the teams thing seemed to really bring a bunch of people. They just appreciated it was different. Um, that yeah, that you have a teammate, that there's this points format, and I know you do a lot of that same stuff, but it's been cool to see a lot of those guys jump over. So yeah, I think we're at 23 teams, and there's a number of guys that can't make all four, and so they're just going to come as guests as well.
Sure.
But then we'll also have guys that can't make each one. So like, we're
Yeah,
kind of guessing 40-ish per race, but we'll see.
that's
Depending on
fantastic.
numbers.
I mean,
So
yeah, it's amazing.
cool. Yeah, it's bigger than I thought it would be for sure.
That's a good
Which
thing.
is pretty fun. It's also interesting. Your series is traveling to different tracks, and so you have to like bring everything with you, like the pit stop stuff and
Correct.
everything, and all your yeah. That would be crazy. And we're
It
lucky
is
here. I mean,
a yeah,
it's good and bad, but we have one track we're racing at, and we change it for every race, right? But my pit light that I set up, it's it's a permanent fixture. It ain't going
yeah, it's
anywhere,
massive. Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, we
it's
could
just
always bring Miles to the race with this 1/10 scale lollipop. Get a lollipop.
the Miles. Yeah, do you see that? You see that picture? The big guy Miles is sitting on the ground with the lollipop thing. With the, I don't know if you saw that at all, but
no, I've
he's
not seen
Miles got
that
a
one.
great sense of humor.
Okay. No,
He's one of our main guys here, helping us run things at the track. So really appreciate
it's
Miles.
definitely a traveling circus, in the best way and in the worst way. Um, but yeah, we bring all the pit stops. We bring. At one point, we had timers going. We bring all the banners and awards and um, stuff to support all the guys. It's a lot of stuff, but that's why we try to keep it somewhat local. That way, everything just kind of fits in the back of my dad's truck, and we cruise out to where we're going. And it's been good. Tracks, you know, outdoors a bit tougher when we were running indoor at TQ. That was a lot, logistically a bit easier, but working with what we got.
Super cool, man. Are you doing anything to kind of keep the interest, like doing different? I don't know, changing anything up year to year, or is it a struggle because you are kind of at the mercy of the other tracks and stuff?
A little bit of both. So, like I said, 2025 was sort of a test bed. So we'll have, some changes for next year that I think will benefit the average guy, not just the hardcore UF1 guy. We do have dinners a lot of times after the round to just discuss what's frustrating us, what was good, what was fun. We do some surveys, or at least try. One thing I did do is I started a group chat recently with UF1, like the guys that I know are going to a lot of the races, and it's an open invite, but just sort of like I can post there of something that I'm doing for the series, or if someone has a concern, they have a direct line to everybody, not just a game of telephone or tag. That's been really, I think, positive. Just gets everybody more often, under the same, we'll call it digital roof. Um, so that's been really cool to see. Um, it seeing the beginning of the season really strong, and maybe some of the timing of the year, working through when the season happens, maybe we change that a little bit. Always kind of fine tuning stuff. um,
Cool.
you know it's like I said, it's always something, and the guys are supportive of, if I want to try something. Typically, it's they're willing to try, so that's really
That's
cool.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. We're we're dreaming up stuff for next year already, and one of the ideas that we came up with was uh, so I've got string lights hanging around the whole shop here, so the whole
Yep.
track, and but we want to add more of these. They're little spotlights all around the perimeter.
Okay.
So I've got about 4 or 5 of them set up on one spot right over our sign, and I want to add them all the way around the perimeter. And next year we want to do a night race like Bahrain or
So they're like RGB, like the little square. lights.
LED
No, they're like
strips
they're little
around.
spotlights.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, one year at BWS, I think it was maybe last year, or the year before, we did a night race, and I went on Amazon and bought like the color change RGBs. It's like 100 feet a roll, and I like
yeah,
strung those down the back straights, and it was
yep,
cool. But it
yeah.
was
We will do a
July
couple
in
of
Lake
those too.
Paris.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's super cool. It does change the environment for sure running at night.
yeah. We just think it'd be fun, so we're just coming
Yeah,
up with
no,
crazy
that's
stuff
that's all that
and
matters.
seeing what happens.
Yeah,
So sweet, man. Well, dude, thanks for taking the time. I really appreciate it. Good luck this weekend with you guys, and
thank you.
if I can ever do anything to help you out, let me know. And like I said, hopefully next year I can join you for at least a one race. I've got two. I've got my little brother and my older sister both live in LA, and
Okay,
so that's a good excuse to go see them
yeah,
and
that's not too far away.
yeah, drive some F1.
Yeah,
So
it's like what, like 30, 35 miles. It's nothing.
that's not bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
can you hear that?
it takes you like 3 hours to travel that
Yeah.
far, but
Yeah, right. That is crazy. We complain about traffic once in a while up here,
sure.
and really,
Yeah.
it's like
I just
it
I
took
just
us
roll
five
my
more
eyes every
minutes.
time.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I remember being at my sister's. I think we were at Venice Beach, and they were like, oh, "You need to leave by like 1 o'clock, otherwise you add like
Yeah,
2 hours onto your drive." And I was like, "What?" Or maybe longer. It was crazy, but yeah, I'm thankful we don't have to deal with that. But you have better weather than us, so but whatever. It's good enough.
yeah,
So sweet. Well, Aaron, really appreciate it, man. Yeah, really appreciate you stepping up and being such a big supporter of the series and sending this. Super cool.
of course.
Excited to
Yep.
try your products, and yeah, again, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it
Yep.
as well,
Keep it up.
and thank you guys for the time. Yeah, it's been cool.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out. And UF1, what's the UF1 website too for people wanting to check that out?
It is UF1RCRacing.com.
UF1RCRacing.com. All right, sweet. We'll do that in the link in the description too.
There you go. Cool.
Hit
All right,
share, like,
guys.
subscribe.
Share, like,
All right,
subscribe. Yeah, I'm
guys.
still learning that one. All right, thanks again, guys.
Thank you.